Okay, I'm going into Chicago wanting to reject the National Guard coming into it. So here's the thing. Chicago is ran so poorly, so badly, to the point where this guy, he has a 14% approval rating. 14% is the equivalent of horrifically bad. Look, it's not even that they voted no opinion. It's almost everybody talked about voted unfavorable. Bro has a near 80% unfavorable rating. They hate this guy. They want him gone. And this is what they're dealing with. 14 goddamn percent like you. But yeah, that's him. A literal terrorist organization might be able to get better approval ratings than you at that point. Like, come on, man. You gotta work. You gotta work harder.
And after seeing
Let's go.
massive success in our nation's capital, President Trump is now looking to expand his crime crackdown in Chicago. But Democrat Mayor Brandon Johnson is pushing back. Listen.
What this president is doing, he's declared a war on poor people, picking on homeless
Oh my
people.
god. This is always the problem. When people think of crime enforcement, they think of poor people. Like, how bad has it gotten to the point, like, society thinks poor people are the ones that rob cars, use guns, and all that stuff? That's not what poor people are. Poor people are good members of society attempting their best to work and survive. And you're purposefully putting them together with a group of criminals that traffic people, kill people, sell drugs, fight the police enforcement, and you're letting them run wild, effectively destroying any and every opportunity those people would normally have if you actually took care of your job correctly. If these people weren't running, poor people would have a lot more businesses and a lot more jobs coming to their communities rather than having criminals run and exploit every little detail of their lives. They're scared to come out on the streets. They're scared to take their children to school. They're scared of all that. And what you do is you purposefully put a group of people who do crime and say there's no difference between them and poor people. That is absolutely god awful. A god awful way of explaining the situation. And I feel repulsed by every word you said there.
Picking on the most vulnerable, that is not what the people of Chicago are going to stand for. We're not going to surrender our humanity to this
Oh
tyrant.
my god.
I can tell you this, the city of Chicago has a long history of standing up against tyranny, resisting those who wish to undermine the interests of working people. We're not going to back down.
Anthony Napolitano is a Chicago alderman and a former Chicago police officer. He joins me now. Thanks for getting up with us to talk about this. If you were still in the force, would this be welcome news for you, or do you think this is overreach?
100%.
Oh, no, this would be absolutely welcomed. Our officers need as much help on the street as they could possibly get. I mean, if you look at the last 6 years, statistical facts always reign supreme. We got 19,600 people shot in the city of Chicago. Just this weekend alone, 19 people shot, 4 dead, one of them 5-year-old. So give us all the help we can get. I encourage, welcome, and I hope.
And this is the worst part, which is these people always say, oh, think of the people you're hurting. Think of the people these criminals are hurting by you allowing them to live there. You're effectively saying there are no consequences. What's going to stop them from morally judging what everyone else does because they dictated every part of those people's lives? They don't care about shooting babies. They don't care about selling guns illegally. They don't care about keeping people safe. They care about themselves, and they're so selfish to the point where taking other people's lives and livelihoods is not something that they care a single bit about.
President Donald Trump sent some help to Chicago. We needed all the help we can get.
Yeah, I think the NYPD and several of their officers are welcoming that news, too, that he said it was going to come next. Pritzker said Trump is trying to manufacture a crisis. But when you read off those stats just now, it doesn't seem like this is manufactured at all. It seems like this is Chicago and their leadership not leading and doing anything about the problem.
Yep.
Yeah, leader's not a leader. And you know what? This has an economic reverb on as well. I mean, not only are people scared to go on the streets, our businesses are afraid to open in Chicago as well. So there's a trickle down effect. It's not just the crime and the fearful people to go out and walk around the city of Chicago. We can't even get businesses to come here anymore. Our Mag Mile has never seen so many vacancies. It's Chicago was the hub of central
Yeah, and that's the truth, which is every mom and pop store everyone talks about they're supporting. Once they get robbed once or twice, they can't pay their rent, they can't pay their food, they can't afford to run anything anymore. So guess what? You've effectively cut those people permanently off the market because of letting crime go. And then big businesses, they might be able to tolerate it for some time, but there's a time where eventually they're like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. We're leaving. Then all those people lose their jobs. It's simple. If it's safe, if it's nice and free from crime, everything is fine. But the moment people are allowed to do whatever the hell they want without even once thinking about how their rights are literally removing rights from other people who've done nothing wrong legally, that's the problem.
The United States, people came here on their way from coast to coast, and now we're begging people to come back to Chicago.
Begging.
You know, you responded to, I mean, there's no telling how many calls. You saw things firsthand. You spoke to the people of Chicago firsthand. When you hear this rhetoric that's coming from the Chicago mayor, it's coming from the governor, do you think this is really what the people of Chicago want? I mean, I know they vote these people in, but they can't want this.
It's because they're dumb. It's simple. It's because the media and people manipulate the most vulnerable, easy population to take advantage of. They weaponize your empathy, and look what happens. There's all these problems. Then they tell you Trump is the big bad guy, while your city is being ran to the ground like shit, and while you see everything going down in front of you, you continue blaming the orange guy instead of the guy actually running Chicago.
Surely they want crime to be at a minimum.
Yep.
Yeah, this is political agenda. This is when Chicago and our current administration always puts politics over people. They're following an agenda. Unfortunately, in Chicago, like in other cities, we have a socialist agenda that reigns supreme at the top of our administration, and a couple of city council members as well.
Look at that. Every time they talk about a socialist, it's always a Democrat. Holy crap. Oh my god, this is why I keep saying socialism has become part of the left. Because too many people on the left want socialism now. And it's always the same thing. They try it, they completely fail, and they refuse to admit that their failures are because of them being this incompetent.
It's not what Chicagoans want. They want someone to step in. A lot of them, when you go word to word on the street, they want the president to step in. They've seen what happened in Washington. We need that help here.
Yep.
And when I was on the street, we encouraged, if we had state troopers to help us, if we had the county to step in to help us, you always encourage more people to step up and help you, especially when you have this big of a problem.
Yeah, especially, I mean, you saturate the area with as many people as you can, and hopefully it deters more crime. My question to you here, we talk about these liberal leaders of these cities coming down on Trump. Do you think there would be this much of a problem if it were reversed and it was somebody like Joe Biden or Barack Obama sending them in?
It would not be a problem.
No, you know what? They would all of a sudden cherish it. They would celebrate it, and it would be something that's, like I said, it's always about party. It's never about people, and especially how that affects Chicago.
Exactly, and that's the problem. That's the biggest problem. People keep thinking blue or red. People have to start thinking this person is good or this person is bad. That's the main thing people have to think about now. Not about parties anymore. It's about the people in the parties. Who's going to help you? Who's not?
This is just, we have a poor administration right now. We need some change immediately, and people have to be put first. We're losing. I've been saying this for the last 6 years. 2 administrations that have just destroyed Chicago. We need help. We need someone else to step in here and help us. We need someone to step up. We need to start pushing the wrong people out, and we have to get rid of this socialism in Chicago. It's not the right effect that we have for us.
And isn't it funny that every time somebody implements socialism, it's a failure? Every single time. Like these people, I never get their train of thought, which is this government is terrible. They have too much power. Let's add socialism, something that literally gives all authority to the government and or state and or a select group of people to run everything in the country. Then once that's done, you're going to realize, oh wait, these people actually have so many flaws that they can't take care of every minor issue in a country. And because of that, they completely fail. Man, every time I hear socialism, it's always some random dude in the Democratic Party. Oh my God, I'm getting so sick of those people. Get out of here.